Okay, welcome back. And so I have now processed all the rides led for all these different ride leaders. And so my next step is to process the rides that were swept. And so the thing to remember on the ride swept is you have to have 8 total riders for the sweep to have it count. You will see people that will complete the sweep for less riders, but just be cognizant that we ask them to fill in a number of the total number of riders, and I am looking at that typically versus the participants. So here you can see, for example, that George swept the ride, but he will not get credit for that. You have to have 8 or more. The ride leader and the sweep count as part of those 8, so it's 6 participants, and then you add the ride leader and the sweep to come up with 8. And you'll see here that there are people that have been listed, like George, that will not get credit. Ray is another person. You don't need to have a sweep for 3 riders total. But if that person did do the function and the ride leader would like to give them acknowledgement that they swept, that's fine as well, but we don't provide credit for that unless it's 8 or more. So I'm going to go back and unsort. So I'm going to unsort the document, and now I'm going to sort on the sweep last name for processing this. So let me expand my Excel a little bit here so you can see I have the sweep last name highlighted, and I'm going to go to sort and do the same sort of sort that I did before. So now I can see that Marilyn swept for a ride for Richard Norford, and there were 10 riders on that, so she would get credit for that. And here's another example that John Donahue swept 2 rides, one for Marilyn and one for Bonnie here, and he would get credit as well because there was 12 riders on one ride and 8 on the other. So this process is very similar to what we've seen in the past with rides led. We're going to start with Marilyn first, and I'm going to go back to the people manager, and I'm going to put her name in here and pull up her membership record. Click on the pencil icon, go back under additional member data, and give her credit for sweeping a ride this year, as well as a total credit towards the thank you gifts, and click save. And next I'll go and do John. And I believe we said that he swept 2 rides that he'll get credit for. Yes, 12 and 8 that he did. So we'll bump his number up from 15 to 17 as well. And we'll click save. And let's see who else we have. So George, like I said, will not have any. Ray will not either because there was a total of 3. And you can see that there's been no sweeps in any of these. And then the next one is Bill Pickering. So we'll go and do him next. And he had a total of 3 rides swept. So we bump that from 4 to 7 and click save. Oh, I'm sorry. Bill only had 2 rides, so let's go back in to his data. And it actually should be 6, not 7. And the next one would be Paul needs to do one, Dave Surf, and Joe Wagner. So I'm going to go and stop the video here, and I'm going to complete this, and that will complete all the postings for Rides Led as well as Rides Swept. So catch you in the next video.